What is more important, the privacy of a person or the security of society? Can cyber surveillance be justified if it helps prevent threats such as terrorist attacks, cyber attacks, or the spread of disinformation? In the digital age, this issue is becoming increasingly relevant because today governments and corporations have unprecedented data collection and analysis capabilities. Where's the line between protection and control? How can we avoid the situation where total surveillance is introduced under pretext of security? Who should decide? What is more important, the freedom of the individual or the protection of society?
I am Jeremy Bentham, the father of utilitarianism. I believe that moral choices should bring the greatest benefit to the largest number of people. If an action leads to an increase in overall happiness, it is justified, even if it causes inconvenience to some. After all, the main goal is a result that benefits everyone.
I'm John Stuart Mill, and I expanded Bentham views. The quantity of happiness is not the only criterion. Its quality also matters. Not all pleasures are equal. There are lower, simple, physical pleasures, and there are higher intellectual, spiritual, and aesthetic ones. If society focuses only on the quantity of happiness, it risks drowning in primitive pleasures, while forgetting higher values. Sometimes, achieving higher goals requires sacrificing immediate comforts. But is this justified? Can utilitarianism be ethically flawless if it allows the rights of the minority to be compromised for the happiness of the majority?
I am Edward Snowden. So, let's imagine a modern world where governments and corporations use utilitarian arguments to justify mass surveillance. They say, watching everyone is a benefit. It prevents crimes, terrorist attacks, cyber threats. It serves the majority. But who decides what should be considered a benefit? Is total control over a society really a good thing? If surveillance protects people but erases the privacy and freedom, is it truly moral? Doesn't utilitarianism become a tool for justifying the suppression of human rights? History showed that those who hold power over information rarely use it solely for the greater good.
But if surveillance helps prevent crimes and saves lives, isn't it justified? Yes, the technology can be used for both good and evil. However, if we completely abandon monitoring tools, won't we leave ourselves defenseless against terrorists, cybercriminals, and totalitarian regimes? I created machines to break enemy codes during the war, to protect society, not to control it. We must find a balance between security and human rights. A complete lack of control can lead to chaos, while total surveillance can lead to tyranny. As always, the truth lies somewhere in between.
If it brings a benefit, then it is justified. We must think about the greatest happiness for the greatest number of people. If surveillance saves lives, then it is morally justified.
But wouldn't this open the door to abuse? States may use surveillance not only for protection, but also to suppress dissent. The quality of freedom is also important. If we lose personal rights in the name of security, will it truly be called a greater good?
We are already witnessing how governments abuse surveillance. The NSA, China's social credit systems, were the guarantees that this won't become a tool for suppressing freedom. We speak of the greater good, but who watches the watcher?
We need to create mechanisms that prevent abuse. Surveillance technologies should not be used for power, but to serve the people. Perhaps we could use decentralized monitoring systems to protect society from threats without sacrificing freedom.
So, where's the line? How acceptable are cyber measures in the name of the common good? Should people sacrifice some of their privacy for the sake of security, or is any interference with the personal data unacceptable? Can utilitarianism with a its principle of greatest benefit for the majority provide an answer to this question? Or do we need new approaches? After all, technology is developing faster than laws, which means the society is forced to seek a balance between personal freedom and collective security in the face of constant change.